Real talk for the bold, bruised, and built to last. Welcome to the Built This Way podcast with Patricia Mullen.
I have been working on getting my good friend to be here with me. It's kind of a high profile thing. If you hear or feel the nervousness in my voice, I slightly am. I've met her before, but just the appreciation that I have for her also spending her time. So, and then it's also such a big, long story of why. And this is probably one of the most exciting episodes that I'll ever be able to do, especially just this early on. So what I have in front of me, as some of you can see, is an entrepreneur, a content creator, a social media agency brand manager, a cast member of a recent reality show. And she's an amazing person, a good friend, one of the most warmest, kindest, giving people you will ever meet. And I've been talking to her from online, and it's related to what we do. So I would love to introduce the world and my listeners to Manon Berryman. Hello.
Hi.
Manon,
You want to make me cry already?
You want to make me cry
Everybody knows that I'm a crybaby.
Take it
Jeez.
back. There you go. How's it feel? Manon is an agency owner, a lot like myself, Berry Brand Agency. She's the co-founder and CEO, COO.
Yes, co-founder. I mean, the founder, mostly, yeah.
Founder. And she owns her own skincare brand, Massalia Beauty. She's an amazing content creator and someone that I actually admire, and that's how we got together, and I want to share that story. She's a recent cast member on 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way Season 7, which y'all know sometimes I have that weakness of reality television. And
we all do.
The only thing of good besides the connection with my mother is meeting you, because it's honestly a very toxic habit of mine. But I'm so appreciative that you're here. Welcome.
I'm so appreciative of you inviting me. I feel honored. Thank you so much. Thank
Honored.
you.
I'm the one.
Yeah, duh. Of course.
So people are like, how the hell did Patricia get a reality television star and person? And you're in France, by the way. We're in
Well, you know what? You know what you can tell them? Because you're awesome. You're someone really fun, really nice, really genuine, authentic, entrepreneur, hardworking. So that's why you got it. Maybe they have to try to be this way.
I admire you.
Aww.
That's why we connected. I think it was a TikTok reel, because
I think so. I mean, there's so many videos I can't, but yeah, probably TikTok.
You crush social media. Like, it's someone you're not trying, you're leading. It's insane. And despite everything that you've been through, all of your change, all of your busyness with your business, being a mother, everything else, you continue to impress the hell out of me. So this is, I love TikTok.
Thank you. And
in the mornings when I get up about 4:30 and before my husband wakes up as I scroll, and I started finding you, and your messages started finding me. And as a watcher of the show, I wasn't getting show messages. I was getting messages about you and sharing skincare and clothing brands, particularly pajamas. But you were just rocking it, and I admire you so much. I don't know if you realize that, because I'm not somebody that does it on my own that well. And I was like, damn, goals. So I reached out, not even like in a personal reach out. I just messaged or commented. So you're calling me authentic. You, someone who has, I don't know how many followers. Do you know how many followers you have?
I mean, right now, almost 200K on Instagram. I'm at 195, and I think around almost 40K on TikTok, like 37 something, and 60 something on Facebook. So,
what engagement you personally messaged back? We went back and forth, moved it over on Instagram, and then started voice messaging each other and built a friendship. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. Like, I'm not doing what I'm doing just to be selfish in my little corner. And, I'm doing this because I truly want my voice, my story, my experience to reach to people that can understand me, because I believe that I'm not alone in this, meaning like there's people with different experiences, different emotions, different personalities, but we can still somehow like relate to each other. And feeling that there's people who can completely understand me and that I can understand and that we can uplift each other is what actually makes me want to wake up in the morning, because I don't believe in living life just lonely, being by yourself. Like I was very isolated as a kid, mostly my whole life when I lived in France, because that's also a part why was not being so happy in France and didn't like the culture here, even if I was born in France and I'm French. But I was always like bullied, being pushed to the side. Manon, she's the weirdo. She always dreamed too big. She wants things that too crazy. She wants to do things that's not our age or that's not for us. Like I wanted to travel already when I was really young. I wanted to be making money when I was very young. All of the things that other kids were like, who the hell is she? And I've always felt like, why am I this way? And I don't relate to anybody. And every time I was trying to build something by myself, I was like, actually, you can do things on your own, of course, but I really truly believe in the power of collaborations, because I started making it work in life. Like my biggest successes were when I found my people. They uplift me, I uplift them. We have so much to share. So I think it's really important on social media to take the time to look at your comments, look at your messages. I cannot just ignore when haters are saying like mean things and nice people are like, hey, just ignore the haters. I'm like, I just cannot.
No,
You know, it's I
hard.
can push it to the side and not feeling affected by it, of course, because some stuff are just like not true. They don't think about the context. They don't know me. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's social media, but I cannot just ignore. I'm a voice sharing things online. I need to communicate with people. It's social media. I don't understand influencers or content creators would just stay completely silent and never reply to their community. Like, I think they have fake followers, then they must not getting messages every day, or they really don't care that much about what people have to say. Not
Well,
fun if they are influencers. Not good.
favor what was it? What's the I'm trying to think of the term, like fortune favors the bold. Is
Yeah.
that I was trying to think of it. I'm like, I know this is something my husband said, and it's
Mhm.
like blah blah, and that's kind of like the season of why we're here, also, or at least why I'm here. You know,
Exactly.
talking about bravery and boldness and being resilient and having the
And be
reach
yourself. And be
yourself
yourself. Be
and being
yourself.
authentic. But you're
Even
also
if people don't like you, be yourself. You don't have to be for everybody.
well, and you're
You have
building
to
a
be right
life.
for your own people.
And just so you know, even someone with hundreds of thousands of followers, as you just kind of said, someone with thousands of followers or hundreds in some platforms feels the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone feels that way when someone hates on their social media.
Of
And
course.
we all get that little bit of dopamine when someone likes and shares, and it makes us feel good,
Of
right?
course.
So
And
let's
of
talk
course,
about
that's the
that a
whole
little
point of
bit.
social media. You want to feel validated a little bit, or you want to find people who are going to have the same taste in makeup, the same taste in clothes, the same experience. If you're a motivational speaker about body acceptance, someone who went through the same issues with body image, for example, you want to find your community. Social media is all about finding your community, the people who can relate to you or understand you, you know? So we do feel a little bit of that dopamine whenever we have like good comments or people engaging, because you're like, oh, maybe someone is going to say something really smart and I'm going to learn about something. Someone is going to be like, oh, I have the same experience, but let me tell you that. Like sharing with people, like, you know, we are not meant to live all alone in a little shell like a freaking snail or
I'll tell you
something,
what,
you
that's
know?
something
So
there has been times though where I've really wanted to, and I want to dive into that more also because that's I think one of the things that connected us both.
Mhm.
We both moved to different places, not necessarily at the times feeling like it was our choice, even though you choose it because it's the best thing. It's
yeah,
not.
but it's not your
It's
personal choice. You do
not
it
what
because of a
you
bigger
want.
picture. Yeah.
Right. And you know, and it's so I want to talk a little bit about where you came from,
Yeah.
where you went. You came here and now you're back, and
Mhm.
just how you got here. I want to
Yeah.
learn more about you. We could talk about social media and how we're bold, and we know that we're good at least getting ourselves out there, and we can talk about that too. But I want to know about you, like you. So let's talk
Okay,
about.
well, I was born and raised in the south of France, in Marseille, which is like the second biggest city in France, though. It was not a small, remote village. It's Marseille. It's like the little small Paris, let's say. It's the oldest port as well, and the only port we have in the south. So we have a lot of immigrations from Africa, Italy, Spain, very close as well. My grandma was born in Tunisia. My dad is Italian, and from my mom's side, we are really French. So I was born into a family also that, we are not like rich people. We don't have a rich family and not a big family either. It's a pretty small family. I don't have a lot of cousins and sisters, brothers, or whatever.
Wow.
So I've always felt like in a little small community, let's see, just like Italian grandparents that immigrated to the south of France. My mom's side, my actually grandpa built his own house on the side of the freeway.
Holy shit.
We were really poor people. And my dad was the only person, I mean, he's the only person who tried to change the path for my entire family by being the first business owner. And he had a somehow successful business for just a few years, but not that much. And he was a very stubborn entrepreneur. But anyway, so I was always really raised into that little small culture of France, the south of France, not making a lot of money, not traveling, not having anyone in the family with diplomas or anything.
So
And then when... Sorry?
So then it made you want to uproot your life and move to the US?
Well, my dad dreaming so big and never being happy for what he has, because he always wanted different. He always wanted more. He wanted to provide so much more for his wife and for his two daughters. Gave me more the motivation of like, you know what, I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to do it for us, And that's where it started. I'm like, if my dad tried and made it happen a little bit more than other people in my family, like he has a business owner, he had some type of privilege too. Like we had a house at some point, even if it did not last it, but I did not miss a thing. My dad was buying me what I wanted in life, even if he told me like, hey, you got to work and make money after you're 14 and 15 because, hey, I cannot afford too much either. It gave me the motivation to like, you know what, I'm going to do it as well. I'm going to do even better. I'm going to try. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I went into school. I was really good at school. It was kind of easy for me to have good grades without even doing much. I had some like good capacities at school. And when it was time to decide what I wanted to do in life, I always knew that I wanted to do something like that's not everybody wanted to do. Like at first, I wanted to be an Egyptologist because, as you can see, and as we all know, I'm a big fan of Egyptology. But I'm like, nope, you have to stay in school 8 years or more and you don't make money. Nah, not for me.
What did you just say? Egyptology?
Egyptologist. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do at first. But I was like 8 years of school. It's like archaeologist, but for Egypt.
Oh, I'm just so dumb right now. I wanted to be
right? But that's what I'm saying. I wanted to do the things that nobody knows and just my passion or whatever. And then I was like, nope, I need money. Like, this is 8 years in school for no money? No way. Manon needs money. I need to be independent. I need to make
archaeologist. One of my best friends. Like,
really?
To me. Yeah.
Damn. I would have to talk to her then.
Things and found like the city of Alexandria or something like that.
Damn. Like, oh my gosh, that's so badass.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, it was just a little, my little girl's dream.
Yeah, you
whatever.
did.
Yeah, and then I was like, nope, I need to be making money. Manon needs money. I was working at like the age of 14 during like summertime and everything. And I'm like, okay, what type of career can be short in school, but then you can get a lot of money afterwards? And I went in real estate because I'm like, oh, I love marketing. I love talking to people. I love houses. I love architecture, whatever. And I was a real estate agent back then. And after a few years, I think from 16 to 23, so a little bit over 7 years, I was like, man, I'm so done. This is boring. I want more.
Did you just say you started at 16?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. as an intern at 16. I was going to school for 3 days, and 2 days I was actually working at a real estate agency.
Okay.
And
They did that. They do that here. They call it dual
yeah,
enrollment here.
there you go.
So I did dual enrollment, but I was like,
That's what I did really young because I wanted to be independent,
hmm?
Had my first apartment at 17, even if I was not allowed.
Same.
hmm But
Same.
it's cheaper in France. You have a lot of help from the government that helps and everything for when you're a student. We are in a country that now I totally understand that we could be grateful about. Like we have a lot of social help. So I had my first apartment for like 500 euros and the government paid 300 euros a month. I only had 200 to spend not out of my pocket for a nice apartment because I was a student and I was making money since I was working next to doing my study. So I was being independent very, very early on.
So let's flash because you were doing modeling or something, and then you ended
And
up
at the time,
So how did that become? Because I'm trying to get to
I
where.
know.
What the hell made you move to California?
I'm going there, baby. I'm going there. You're gonna laugh. Well, I was done with real estate. So I'm like, this is boring. I want more out of life. And I've always been a huge fan of like American TV show. Okay, of course. And it was the era of the influencers, like the plus size influencers, Nadia Boulogne. I mean, I probably said her name really bad, but Nicolette Mason, a bunch of other girls that were like being big. They were in the US and wearing clothes that I'm like, oh my gosh, at my size, I don't have that in France. I was like so inspired by these girls. I'm like, they love themselves. They're beautiful. They were blogging at the time. Blogs were a big thing. And I loved writing. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Fake it until you make it. I want to be like them.
Yeah.
These girls inspire me and I'm going to try. Yep. And I started my blog at a time talking about a few like fashion tips. I was doing YouTube videos, everything, like my blog, my Instagram, just modeling. I was trying to model. And then someone invited me in Los Angeles. The owner of a denim brand back then called me out of the blue. It was 1 a.m. in France and I lost some money at the casino with my best friend who passed away 10 years ago, but she was my best friend. She was with me and I had a phone call from a guy in LA who speaks French. And he's like, hey, I'm the owner of a business, a denim brand. I'm in LA. If you promote my jeans and my denim jeans on social media and I get followers and sales from you, I'll invite you for a photo shoot in LA. I'm like, you got it. I'm going to try for sure. Like no opportunity to be in LA. I don't speak English. I've never ever traveled out of my little small city in France, except maybe for Paris or like London once in my life. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take that opportunity. Yeah. So I was starting to model his t-shirt and his jeans. And a few weeks later, he called me and he says, yeah, look, I got a bunch of followers from you. French people and your community are reacting very well to that new brand. I'm going to invite you. I'm like, my bags are packed. And then that's when I had the opportunity to stay in LA for 2 weeks. He invited me for 2 weeks. But it was not actually the professional opportunity that I thought it was. Okay. So girls out there, be careful because I ended up in a situation that was pretty traumatic that I don't wish upon anyone, not even my worst enemy.
Oh my God.
But you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And
unless it just kills before you. That, unless it fucking kills you.
I know, but that's why you got to be careful. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, this is like, I had an opportunity, but it's not something really common. I was so hungry for like changing my life around and taking that opportunity, but also like a small girl from a town, like who has a little bit of followers at the time, was pretty rare. And I was like, you know what? I have to take that opportunity. I have to.
Thank you so much for bringing up the good, bad, and ugly of that.
Oh, yeah. It's like the good always has some ugly and some bad. Like they go with each other for sure.
Yes. And just being so real and raw about that, though, like, yes, you have to put yourself out there. But on the other side of that, you also have to be careful.
Oh, yeah.
And people are just professional predators out there.
Oh, yeah.
I have young nieces and nephew and godsons even. You think about it's just boys and girls and men.
Yeah, no, it's both. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter, but you really have to be careful. And it just is putting me back to something I got a screenshot of the other day. My niece was asking, is this an influencer brand? Is this legit? I'm I'm like, well,
Yes, yeah,
they're
there's a lot of scams out there
of
too. Oh
it.
yeah.
They don't look like real people.
But
Maybe,
that's why I like to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I don't like content creators or people who just share the good. It
mm,
makes me feel like shit, first of all, because I'm like, wow, her life is really easy. Good for her. But it's not like that. No one has it easy. No one. At certain degrees, of course, people have privileges and everything. But still, you don't really know what's in people's personal lives. And any type of successes or good stories or something can come from something that's kind of like scary, hard, a challenge, or dangerous, or a trauma. It's life, it's real life. So I'm here to just talk about it all, like completely genuinely. It was not that easy. Like I was in Los Angeles all by myself, and I was victim of something that's not fun.
yeah.
Don't want to say the word, but twice in my life, in actually a 3 month period. One time in France before moving to the US, and when I went to the US, that happened again. And I was like, at that point, I lost it all. I'm like, either way, I'm gonna lose myself completely
Well,
and do something really wrong because I don't think life is worth living,
well, and then to happen
or
the second time, you think it's got to be something with you.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
something.
exactly. The
What
second
did I
time,
do wrong? What
yeah,
am I
and you're like, but wait,
there?
even in
And
another country, though, even
yes,
in another country, even in another completely different situation, what is wrong with me? So you kind of
yep,
like taking it up on you,
yeah.
and these people are great at blaming you for this
And the
too,
society, yeah,
of
they,
course.
and yeah, they're professional
Yeah. And
gaslighters.
at the time, I just had a little awakening. I'm like, listen, I'm in Los Angeles. I don't own anything in France. I'm 23. It happens the second time. I survived the first time. I can survive another time too. And I'm going to actually say, fuck it. I'm
Wow.
going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to reinvent myself. Like I said, I'm in another country too. And Los Angeles, that's why Los Angeles is so important to me, as like not just, oh, I live in LA. No, it's because that place gave me the opportunity to kind of like being reborn almost, and
Yeah.
that day I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a video on social media, and I'm gonna send it to my family, and I'm gonna let them know that I'm not coming back in France. I'm gonna miss my flight,
Holy shit.
and I have 3 days to find a place where to stay, because I cannot stay where I'm at, obviously, because of what happened. So I went on Craigslist. I was looking on Google how to find an apartment in LA, how much costs an apartment. And I'm like, oh my gosh, $2,000 for a studio. Where am I going to find $2,000? I have
Year is
$0 saved and I cannot ask my parents for nothing.
So what
I
year
wanted
is
in
in an apartment in LA?
23, yeah. Yeah, it was already 2000 around that type. And
Yeah.
then I found a roommate situation for like $600. I was sharing a bedroom with 4 other girls. We were 5 in a small bedroom in
Yeah.
a huge house. But it's people like, when I found that house also, I was like, oh my gosh, that's only can happen in LA. That would have never happened in France. I found a house that we call it the Blue House. It's like an old house, like in those TV shows. And the second floor are like just for women. The first floor are only for men. Everyone is coming from all around the world. Portugal, Spain, France, other states as well. South America, Canada, other different states. And they all want to be an actress, a singer, producer. One ended up at the Cirque du Soleil because she wanted to be like an acrobat. And those people were not speaking English. They were all immigrants. And I'm like, oh my fucking gosh, they are all believing in themselves, following their dream. It's so fucking inspiring. If they can,
Yeah.
I can. And I
Yeah.
stayed. And I'm like, you know what? It's now or never. I want to be a content creator. I want to be a plus size model. I want to be paid by the brands that I love wearing and that I love using and everything. I want to make it work. And nobody could stop me at the time because I'm like, I have nothing to lose.
So let me ask you 2 questions.
Yeah.
One, do you have a dog in your
Yeah, I
house?
do. Sorry. She's
I
right
just
here.
found
She's
out he was
crying.
making noise earlier, so I'm like, it's mine or it's
I'm
hers.
so sorry. Brandy, come here.
No worries. The second thing is that house.
Yeah.
Is anybody in that house? Did they make it? Besides, I mean, I feel like you have. You're the ones made national television, and you're the
Sorry,
one.
what did you say about the house? I didn't understand.
Anybody in that house? Do you know? Do you like still know? And did they make it? Does anybody
You mean in the house that I talked to you about Los Angeles?
in the blue house? Yeah.
Oh, the Blue House, that house, it was like 10 years, like 15 years ago almost, like back in
10 years, 15 years, that's a lot of
2015,
time to be working on your
2015, 11 years ago.
That's a lot of time to be working on your dream. I just want to know, like, if I go to Cirque
Yeah.
du Soleil, is one of your
I
videos?
started in 2014. I mean, I started blogging in 2013, like 2012, 2013, back in France for like a year or two. And I started like, I was just in France already trying to live my dream, but I know that over there it will be harder. But I was contacting radio shows, TV shows to try to put myself in front of the camera because I'm like, hey, nobody's going to make me known if I don't do this type of big exposure stuff.
Okay.
So I was the one calling, emailing, and saying like, hey, I'm a plus size influencer. I
This
can
is
talk
cool.
about body positivity. I can talk about what happened, about my trauma and what happened as well with that guy. I can talk about everything. And I did 3 TV shows in France, small little features, and
Can you say
2 or 3 radio shows as well.
would I know what they are? Or are they
I don't think so. It's like very French. One time was actually being a plus size stylist for someone that was feeling really uncomfortable in her body in France. So I helped her being a stylist, and I just like give her a full on makeover. The other show was about my ex-boyfriend. I'm like, hey, my ex-boyfriend, I'm still in love, whatever. I was like 20. I was like 19 at the time. So I'm like, yeah, I can go in the TV show and talk about that. And then I did some other TV show about being a content creator and talk about the restaurants around my city, the recommendations of where to shop, where to eat, some stuff like that. So I did like a few TV shows like that back then. And then some radio shows along the same lines. And then I arrived in LA and I'm like, okay, now I try to make it work in France. Now I'm here and I'm going to do it like 10 times more. So
I love
that
it.
house really inspired me because I found that house on Craigslist. I was like, I'm going to rent a bed over there really quick. And I found also, I'm like, okay, I need a job though, because I cannot pay for the room. It was like $800, $600. And on Craigslist, I found a French guy who wanted someone to create a blog for him for his for his like vitamins. He was selling vitamins, and I'm like, well, I can do that. Look, I have, at the time I had maybe like 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers on Instagram, and I showed him my blog, and the next day he gave me $2,000 in cash.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm going to miss my flight for you, just so you know. And I went and I bought like 2 months worth of the rent for that like little small roommate situation in that house. And I stayed in that house for 2 months, doing his blog, making money, saving, contacting the brands. I was contacting every clothing brand in LA. I was also going to the events where the girls that I was inspired from, I was like, where are they going? I was talking to them just like you did with me. I was contacting them. They'd be like, hey, I'm new in LA. I'm French. I want to be a content creator like you. Can we hang out?
That's amazing.
You know, find your people. Don't be afraid of talking to the
I've
people who
only
inspire you.
done that with you. So
And
you
it
know.
worked. So that's what I did my whole life.
That's so wild.
And those girls, 11 years later, I'm still talking to them. I invited some on my first episode. When I did the first episode, I'm like, I need to bring my girls. I need to bring some of my girls. That's something that I said, guys, you need to film that for me, please. Like, this is me. This is me. This is part of my story. And that's why I believe that you can make it happen in life with other people.
You were so
And Patrick Starr, you know Patrick Starr, the YouTuber?
Yes.
I worked for his company, One Size Beauty, as the director of marketing. Director of social media. And one day he said to me, because I asked him, I said, hey, give me the best advice you could give me, please. He said, Manon, you can go fast alone, but very far with the right people. And I'm like, yep, I knew it. He's right. And he has a team too. So I believe in like collaboration, meeting your people. And that's what I did when I moved in LA at 23. And I didn't even speak English properly. I was translating everything with Google. But those girls helped me out. Those girls were like, wow, it's inspiring that you're doing that. How can I help you? And I'm like, invite me to your event and I'll invite you to mine. So when I had events, I was inviting them too. We're always like giving each other like some type of like help, you know? Exactly. Up until the point where the brands starting inviting me by myself just because of me. I started growing a bigger community in France and in the US. And I just started doing that by myself on my own. slowly getting jobs also in the US for social media manager. I was like, hey, if I can do it for myself, I can try to get a job and show people what I'm capable of, right?
Yeah.
And I was going around LA and sending a bunch of emails and telling people I can be your social media manager, I can grow your Instagram, your Facebook ads, whatever. Find cool jobs up until to the point where I ended up actually finding Beverly Hills Physicians, which is a plastic surgery clinic. They have like 6 locations in LA and now 8 since I worked with them. And the guy hired me as their social media manager. And I'm like, okay, now I have stability income. And I
Yeah.
have also on the side my agency, because I started my own personal agencies as well. It was
So
my first client that I kept for 8 years. And that's when my life started to take over. I was
wow.
able to travel for collaborations. The brands were trusting me more. I started having so much more followers because I was posting every day. I was working with Fashion Nova Curve, Pretty Little Things, Boohoo, Torrid, Forever 21 as well. I was on their website 3 times. I was like going to all of the events in LA, like all of the plus size events, the pool parties, the PR stuff. Like I met
Wow.
Jordan Wood, like Kylie Jenner's best friend, because she worked for Wet Seal. It was a plus size brand at the time, but now it's closed. So I lived my American dream, kinda, like I was like, oh, I made it happen at my small scale. I was very happy. And that's why LA is so
Doesn't sound-
important to me,
That does not sound small scale to me. And basically, what you just told me is you saw your father work hard and have an entrepreneurial spirit. You decided to take a chance, even though it
Yeah.
puts you in some serious like danger and dark places, but you did it anyway. You had a
Yeah.
crazy ass adventure. You said yes to some shit. You got started a business and literally started building something out of nothing by reaching out to people
Yeah.
and brands and
By
designers
asking
and
for it, just by
companies
asking for it.
by literally asking for it and begging the universe and never giving up. Like at any point
Yeah.
that you were talking, like somebody would be like, "Fuck this, I'm out. I'm going back home."
The thing
It's
is,
just
like,
exhausting.
people don't know that about me, and I don't like feeling like I'm a victim. And I know it's hard when we talk about mental health and trauma, because people also like love to cancel you or to like make you stop talking. But it's the
Mhm.
truth and the hard reality. My trauma, the trauma that I had in France before all of that, made me a stronger person. And the second trauma is when I was like, okay, it's now or never, because I have nothing to lose. Like, I have nothing to lose anymore. I was like, I was at my worst. And I'm like, what can I do? Just end my life? I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think so. I actually tried in France and it did not work. And I'm like, you know what?
Oh,
I was very selfish because I have parents who loves me.
ugh.
When you are in that dark place, you become very selfish, though. That's the thing. But then my dad found me at a hotel after being injured, and I was like, never again. Like,
Yeah.
I realized that was a big mistake. But then I had that second trauma in LA by myself, and I'm like, nope, I've experienced that before. I'm not gonna let that happen again. Now it's time for me to actually like really fucking do it. I have no other options.
Oh, I
I'm
can't
gonna like,
imagine
I have
anybody.
nothing to lose.
I cannot imagine anybody trying to hurt you again. You are such a powerhouse force. And maybe it's
You
because you
know?
have so much armor on and you've been
Yeah,
through so much shit that you now probably walk different, move different, act different, and you are a different
completely.
woman.
People said that about me, even like when I used to be employed at my full-time job. They say you really know how to adapt yourself to all of the situations you have. And I'm like, that's also because I've always been a people pleaser, and I always wanted to feel loved and feel validated and feel I'm good enough for
I'm
everyone, because I
talking
don't
about
feel good
myself.
enough.
Are we accidentally
So
talking about me? I thought we were talking about you.
it's
Uh,
exactly, yeah, you know
yeah,
that. That's why also I was like, you're gonna get it with whatever happened to you last time and your story. I'm like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You get that.
I do. I get it and I feel you. And I love you more for being so brave and sharing all that
Thank
because
you.
you
I
don't
just
even have
wanna like, I just wish I could be, if I can just be a woman who's like helping a younger girl or a younger version of myself and younger girls in life Yes, you can dream big. Yes, you can change the course of your life. Be careful, it's dangerous. Whatever happened to you is not going to kill you. Just keep believing in yourself, putting yourself first. Don't care about what people think and just go for it. I win, because I wish at the time I had someone who said that to me. At the time, I only had beautiful influencers looking sexy, looking chic, looking expensive. I didn't have the nitty gritty. I did not had
Yeah.
the dark and the hard place. It was just all about, oh, look how successful I am, you know? And I wish I had that. It would have made me maybe like be successful faster, bigger, better. So I wish I had someone like that back then. So that's why
Wow.
I'm doing what I do.
Yeah, and for so many people, I bet you are now. I mean, I know you are now because you're that for me, and I'm not plus size. So, you know, I mean, and
Appreciate that.
I am inspired by you. Like
Thank you.
and because you have gone through hard shit, even in the most public of ways. And I want to get back to your story because this is connected to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, you know, and I was just thinking, you know, one of the things I wanted to ask is what do you tell someone that is doubting themselves and they're trying and they're, you know, and because you are so, what's the word when you just are resilient, I
Yeah,
guess?
that's what people have said about resilient. Yeah.
And it's like, how, I
Well,
don't know how. And for us, I just personally just keep doing it. I don't know how. Meds maybe. I mean, I'm just kidding.
the thing is, like, just the truth, Patricia, is what's the worst that can happen? You're not going to be part of this life. We only have one. We
Yep.
only have one life. You're going to regret it if you don't do things. You know, you're going to regret it if you do something stupid. Life is worth living. If it
Yes.
happens for other people, it can happen for you. You are not alone, even if you think you are. You are not alone. There's other people out there who have it harder than you.
Mm-hmm.
Some easier too, but yeah, some people that have it harder than you, and they are still making it happen too. And you can find your people. You need to find your people and be who you are. When you look at the pattern as well, it's not just me like trying to invent something that's motivational or whatever. It's just facts. When you look like, I know it's crazy to talk about her because some people hate her a lot, but I appreciate her so much. Like Michaela Noguera, she's a very famous content creator, makeup industry on TikTok. She has like 20 million followers.
Wow.
She has her own brand now. Like Michaela, for example, she said exactly the same thing in a lot of her videos. She wanted to be a certain way, a content creator, and she was like, I'm going to try and I'm going to do it. I have nothing to lose. This is the life I want. She bet on herself and she do it. So Patrick Starr, same, another YouTuber. He was nothing at the beginning and he started believing in himself. He was like, I love getting dressed as a woman, even if I identify as a man, and I'm just going to be bold and be who I am. And now he is a multimillionaire as well, and he has his own brand too. All of these people who today are successful, they started also like from scratch as well, some of them.
Yep.
So just see the pattern. If they made it happen, why not you?
Yep.
Why not you?
Why not you?
Exactly. And it can happen in a year, in 2 days, in 20 years. It can never happen too. But if it never happened, at least the journey would have bring you there.
Right.
At least, you know.
You have a journey or a story to tell.
Exactly.
On the other side of it, how do you protect yourself though? Like, you know, I mean, it's because that is hard.
So that's the thing. Protecting yourself, I'll say, like, make sure you surround yourself with the right people, but also don't be too harsh on yourself. You're going to make bad decisions, you're going to make mistakes, but it's part of the experiment and the journey for everybody. So just try to keep in mind that, yes, there's a balance for everything. Believe in yourself, of course. Trust people, of course, but there's always a balance. Be like, I don't know everything. I don't know it all. There's a difference between believe in yourself and feel selfish and like, oh, I know it all and I know best. There's a balance. Same with people.
I'm not good at
balance.
On my for just in a personal level, business level, just in my own for myself, not for clients. So if clients are listening, I'm always on your shit, even the next morning after my surgery. You know, a really, really.
But I have to talk about that though. That was like strong.
I'm all about talking about that. I've actually talked about it all the time on here because now my audience knows I'm fucking crazy.
Good.
And I was before. It's just now it's more on my sleeve, and I wear it like a badge of honor because
Good.
because people don't talk about that enough. And so, in that
And
regard,
some people who don't want to, it's okay. We
I
respect
didn't.
that
That's
as well.
exactly what I was
But
gonna
I
say.
think
I
it's
had to
always good
stop.
to have people who talk about it too.
I
So,
had to stop. And I did this opposite. I had my hips replaced 4 years ago, both of them 6 weeks
mhm.
apart. And I was making videos beforehand because I was crying and freaking out ahead of time. Someone's going to saw your bones. And
Oh yeah, I'm
it was
sure.
cathartic, but it was also educational. I couldn't find anyone on TikTok that was talking about this stuff
So
at
you
my.
got to do it, girl. Be the one leading the way.
So same thing with my hip or my hysterectomy. I didn't want to do this though. I talked about how it was going to happen. It was more
Mhm.
emotional because it was more personal, and
Yeah,
I needed space. So instead
and
of
it's okay.
using that at the time, I don't know balance well, like I already said that. So I decided
No, but don't feel bad
enough.
about it. Don't feel bad about it. It's okay to step out. Like, look at me. For the past 3 weeks, I did not post anything because I'm
I
not
didn't
doing
notice
good in my
that.
life either.
Shit is so off the chain. I didn't even notice that you weren't posting for a couple weeks because you put so
Because I know how to batch in advance and post. I know my
I
strategy.
know.
I know
Yeah,
the system. That's why I'm a social media manager too.
yes. But for me, I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know if
okay.
it was partial, depression because of everything that was going on and the things that I was mourning at the same time. Knowing I needed space to mourn it. Honestly, engagement for me can be exhausting. And it's more of because a lot of my platforms on my personal and business, those people know me. You're different. You have,
Mhm.
hundreds of thousands of people or whatever. I have like a couple of thousand.
But
And
I
so
had them too. I have my family. I have people who
yes,
personally know me as well.
I just didn't want to explain at the time
And
to
that's
people that didn't
okay.
necessarily understand because I had some one-on-one interactions primarily with men. And I'm not saying I love men married to one, they're the best, but they don't know what it's like to lose your uterus.
No.
So every conversation I felt like I was having, not all of them, but a handful, were me
Mhm.
explaining why it was an emotional thing and I needed space from people for a minute.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
got
I bet. I say, yeah.
having to explain why the fuck that would bother somebody, even though you are 40, or like, you're trying to have kids
Yeah.
for 12 years. Why does that bother you? Because it's been fucking 12 years. That's why I'm bothered by it, because it's like a failure. So I needed to not talk about that on a ongoing basis. And I needed to not talk about anything because I was going through it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I haven't talked to you about it. A
Hmm.
couple weeks later, my husband got a new job.
Yeah.
And so a month after, I ended up moving to another state
Brandy.
with
Sorry.
a 5 pound restriction
Oh, wow.
and for lifting. And yeah, and it was fucking insane buying a house, doing all that stuff. So I had a lot on my plate at the time and running a
Yeah.
business. And so I just chose to be inside of that. Like I don't even think I told
And
my
that's okay. Yeah. But
moving.
that's very important.
One of my oldest brother yesterday on a text. I don't know if I told you I moved.
Everything happens so fast. But that's the thing though. We are in a world where we are in a hurry, rush, 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 rush. We need more, more, more. Like life is going faster than ever. So taking the time also to just slow down and just like live it through is fine. That's where I struggle. And that's where my husband and I we butt heads. But he's right on that. I'm never gonna say the opposite. And that's why I made the choices that we made. And I agreed on his way of like
Moving to France.
seeing life and like moving to France, slowing down. I get it. But when I come back from LA a month ago, I was so depressed. So depressed because I'm like, this is not me. I'm not supposed to be where I'm at today. And I'm like, okay, I filmed a bunch of videos in advance so I can post. I can just maintain my business. Business is fine. But I just every day woke up and some days I was crying. Some days I was looking at the sun. Some day I'm like, I don't want to be here, or do I want? And I realized like, hey, it's even if I'm not productive, in the term of like making money or working my business or posting, talking about what I'm going through, being proactive on that right now, right away, it's fine.
Yeah.
Time will come. Time will come. Everything is temporary. This is a problem that I have to walk through. So it's good that you take your time because it's fine. You're not missing out on anything. There's always time for it. It's
This
okay.
podcast is my way of being creative and having
Mm-hmm.
this conversations and educating in a different way. I honestly got really bored of the same old, this is how you run your business or social media or post and the same old shit. And then I got, just annoyed because I would just notice a lot of the messages out there were the same. And then it got in my head of, am I really helping people? How can I actually help people? What can I put my own energy in that helps people more? And I truly believe these conversations help people a hell of a lot more than me
Of
posting
course.
every day about how to post on your social media. There's thousands of people out there that do that great. You have a program, in fact, about that. So if someone wants to find you on Instagram, you have a stand store or a store that works.
I have a stand store. Yes, it's the Creator Wealth System. I wrote a 200 pages long training course where I teach everything that I've learned with Facebook, because I was working with Meta for a few years with my agency. Everything that I learned in corporate, with my agency, and as a content creator.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I have it. I have the social media organic module, influencer marketing module, and digital ads module to help people becoming either way a content creator, having an agency, becoming a social media manager, or helping their own business if they have already a business or if they want to make money online. So,
So find her there. So everyone's journey is different. We all have like different stuff. What advice, I guess, do you have? Because you're all about reinvention, and you've had to over and over and over. I guess what's something that you could, I guess, is there a tidbit for some of us that has to keep reinventing themselves because their husband decides we're going to move across whatever? Mine is,
well, first will be the advice that my husband gave me, because it has helped me a lot. Is slow down first. Don't feel bad about slowing down. Take time for yourself and really think, like even journal if you have to, but you really think about a plan on like 5 years, for example. Plan ahead, because also everything is temporary. Everything has a time. Not everything will stay the same or be the same. So be like, okay, who do I want to be, first of all? Who I am, what passionates me, who I want to be, what I want to do. Even if you think it's too big, don't be afraid of being too big. It's fine. That expression works. Like if you reach the stars at the moon or whatever, and you end up in the stars, you still are in the stars. It's great. But I mean, like, make sure to know who you want, what you want, who you want to be. Take time and plan. Like, okay, in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and let's make a plan. Treat yourself like if you were a business.
Oh, and you said that to me, and the first time we met, I wanted to kick myself if I could physically kick myself without actually hurting myself.
You are the face of your own brand. You don't need a product to be a business.
Yeah, I want everybody to know we met just to meet, just to see if we liked each other, and that wasn't so sure. We knew we were gonna like each other. That was one of the things I kept saying. How do you do it? Like, what is your, and everything that she just said is true. And
create a business plan. Go on Canva and create a business plan with you in the middle.
Yep.
Manon, who I am. I'm a plus size model. How do I get there? A model. Let's follow the people that inspires me as well. Always reach out to people that inspires you, that you model from, and be like, okay, I want to be a plus size model. Who are the models that I like and want to become? What do they do? Can I contact them? My first step, create a book. Okay, I have to save money to do a book with a professional photographer. Where do I find the agencies? Go on Google. Nowadays, we have ChatGPT and everything that does the work for you. Find agencies, email them, do castings, make it happen for you. It's not because you don't know anyone or anything that it's not happening. The information is out there on the internet. Go for it. Yeah. I had 0 followers. I knew nobody. I was just blogging. And I contacted brands, and I had my first collaboration with Boohoo, who sent me a dress for free back at 23 years old with 500 followers. You know what I mean? Because I contacted them. Mm-hmm. Don't wait for the success to come to you from the sky. It never comes from the sky. Even those artists, celebrities, millionaire people, they actually put themselves out there,
You put yourself out there, like you being in the public of public eyes on a reality television show don't always get viewed or, I guess, positioned exactly when you put years and years and years of building your brand the way that you truly are, right? So
It's okay. You know why? It's business. It gave me the opportunity to have exposures and to have my voice out there. Look at us today. We are making it right. Now I'm telling my story. You need people to know the side of you. And I kind of trick them, guys, It doesn't seem everything like what it is. You like the drama, you like TV shows, right, girl? I know you do, just like me. I like the shows. So I was like, I'm gonna be myself. I'm not gonna change who I am, but I'm gonna like make sure that people are gonna get the French versions of Manon, because that show is all about showing different cultures. And yes, everyone says, Manon, you're kind of crazy. I'm like, I know. That's why my husband married me. He likes crazy too. So I'm going to show the crazy of me.
Things that you're like that people would think though, I'm like, I feel that. I get that. I know, like, so I understand. Like, I get you.
And you know, the problem is like most people who are on TV shows, they put up a front. They try to control what they say, who they are, how they look. Like me, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna be me. If I'm mad, I'm mad. I'm not gonna think twice about what I say.
Yeah.
It kind of like, it got played against me a few times.
I'm sorry.
But let me tell you, no matter who you portray, like no matter who is like using your voice against you or your image against you, is going to be temporary, because they are not you.
Damn.
At the end of the day, ultimately, it's on me now to share who I truly am. And even if someone hates me at first, at least they found me. You know?
That's deep.
And then it's on me to be like, hey, you watched the show. Let me introduce myself.
So
and that's on me to showcase who I am.
I gotta share why, because you were like,
You know?
oh, you like the shows. I am not someone that's, ooh, reality TV. Let me watch it. I am just obsessed with the show that you happen to be on. And here's why. It's to do with my mother. A few years back, she had a stroke. I didn't hear about it till like a week because my brother was freaking out in the hospital with her. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's going to listen to this like, ah, shit, I did do that. Yeah, you did. You did do that. So anyway, yeah, it wasn't on purpose. He's a sweet guy.
No, but he tried to protect you probably too. No,
well, he was just in mode. So when I drove back home to Michigan, I got into her house and all this stuff. And it was just like, because the ambulance had come. Anyways, long story short, I ended up at the hospital with my mom. And now she's fine. Not really. I mean, she had a stroke, but she's like up and lucid and she's talking and things. And the nurses are cracking up.
Yeah.
And my mom is I'm a lot like her, I guess. So, you know, but she's in her late 60s. So she I hear her talking about, you know, this character and this character. I don't want to like call anybody out or whatever. She's like, they're always crying. And it's a spin-off show from the show. And I'm like, who the hell? And you know, just so you know. And she's like, oh, it's a show from 90 Day. I'm like, what's that? So we get home and I have to spend a week with her in her house, and all she had to do was catch me up on this damn show.
But it is a cool show though, because it follows real life people. I mean, you know,
it's worse. It gets worse. Okay, so I moved down south, and I'm in the in my kitchen. There's a remodeler there. He's from Jamaica, and randomly this guy turns to me and go, "Do you watch 90 Day Fiancé?" And I'm like working on my laptop. I turned around and I'm like, "Do you watch that?" And then we start talking about that. I'm like, I gotta start watching the show. So then it became the thing that my mom and I bonded over. Yeah. So her and I watch it every Sunday and Monday, so that literally we have things like, well, we have stuff to talk about. We have all kinds of things to talk about. But it's the fun thing that's not like life related that she can talk about or whatever. But she loves you. And like,
I love her too then.
And I'm a junior, so her name's Patricia also.
Okay, Patricia, nice.
And my brother's junior too. It's weird. But that was like the thing. So that's how also why it's so full circle cool that you're here, not because of the show, because like honestly like don't care, but because of that, and then how we met, and because what we both do for a living. I had no idea all the things that we had in common. I mean, you just never know. And you're literally across the world right now, 6 or 7.
But at least you found me. You saw me somewhere. That's why I did that. Exposure, you know, I'm going to find my people.
And you're unwavering. I'm going to keep going. And literally because I saw you on television then and saw a different version of what you were doing. You were really being you. So your version of you was coming through. And then I was like, how the hell does she do this? This is amazing. Her stuff's really good. She must be exhausted because she also has a child. Like, how the hell? And I learned that too. I'm like, well, I ain't shit. I gotta get up more and do more stuff and make myself a known client
And I
because
don't feel I do enough, actually. I'm always like, I need to do more.
why are we so hard on ourselves?
Because I don't know. It's, that's a good thing, though. It's a bad thing, but a good thing as well. We cannot be harsh on ourselves. That's what makes us keep going,
Well, it keeps you good. It keeps you on your toes, but it's also really, really good and important to have.
But that's also why, Patricia, remember that no matter what people are going to think about you, if they are not smart enough to see past that, they are not your people.
Yeah. And
but the ones who actually are going to see past myself on the show and going to understand that I was going through some hard times, going to understand that it's married life, going to understand that I did not want it to move to France, and going to see what matters to me, they're going to be my people. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. You are always going to be liked or disliked anyway.
Yeah. We saw
So I was like, it's fine. You want me to be the villain. You want me to be the bad bitch, the bad wife, the bad mom, the bad everything. I don't care, because I know deep inside of me that I am not that person. Like, it's not just that I know, it's facts. I moved for my husband and my son. I gave up everything in my life to be with them here and to make them have a good life. In the US, same. I was always giving back when something was coming to me, helping people. I know deep inside of me that I'm trying to be the best person ever. Every day when I wake up, I'm like, I want to be a better person than I was yesterday. So that's all that matters. Yeah, you can tell me be the villain. My real story is going to come through anyway.
Really,
sooner or later.
Do a song for you, but do it like, I'm the bad wife. I don't
care. I love that. Call me the bad wife. Look, even in the first thing I did after watching like the first 3 episodes, and I stopped watching, I wrote in my bio, I'm the villain of 90 Day Fiancé the other way. I don't care. Cool. I don't care. People who are going to scroll down my feed are going to see my work, are going to see what I've done, are going to see who I am. People who are going to take time to message me and get to know me are going to see it. So that's all that matters.
Well, you inspire people and give them, because you did this with me, so I can say that for others, but you are an inspiration, and you inspire people even through your trifles and tribulations, that you can still keep going no matter what. And I just love and appreciate you so much for coming here and just sharing so much intimate stuff. Like, never expected that in a million years. Ned had no idea. And
you took the time to like talk to me. You saw past that from the show. So I'm like, thank you so much. You must be one of my people. I know that.
I guess the key here is like, we've all got a different story to tell. We're all going through the same shit, some of us. And, you really got to keep going. But the other thing is find your people. You're one of my people, Manon.
Oh, you're mine too.
It was so fun. You should come back.
Thank you for having me. That's a lot of fun. Sorry, I talk a lot though, but there's so much to say. We need to do more episodes.
Hey, you can come back anytime you want. They can listen to me every single week. I would rather hear your story today. So thank you.
Well, thank you. And also congrats on everything you've achieved as well. What you went through is very difficult, and I cannot talk about it. I haven't been through what you went through, but congrats for going back up and like being like, okay, I take time for me, and now I'm back on track. Now it's gonna be me, and you're right. It's you.
I appreciate the support, sister.
Of course, always.